Yes, go ahead.
Can I ask a follow-up?
Thank you, Mr. President. Just to follow up on that, unifying crime reporting statistics, numbers from your own Border Patrol, numbers from this government show that the amount of illegal immigrants are down. There is not violence on the border. And that
There's
most
not violence on the
there's
border?
not as much violence
really?
as. Let me,
You had
wait a minute,
26 people
Let me finish the
killed.
question, please. Let me finish the question.
2 weeks
please.
ago, 26 people were killed in a gunfight on the border.
I understand what you're
a
saying.
mile away from where I went.
I was there. I understand. That's not the question. The question is.
Do we forget about that?
No, I'm not forgetting about it. I'm asking you to clarify where you get your numbers, because most of the DEA crimes reporting statistics that we see show that drugs are coming across at the ports of entry, that illegal immigration is down, and the violence is down.
Okay.
So what do you base your facts on?
Come on, let's go.
Secondly,
no, you get one. You get one.
Well, the
Ready?
second
Just sit
question
down.
is,
Wait, sit down. Sit down.
Could you please
sit
answer?
down. You get one question. I get
please.
my numbers from a lot of sources, like Homeland Security, primarily, and the numbers that I have from Homeland Security are a disaster. And you know what else is a disaster? The numbers that come out of Homeland Security, Kirsten, for the cost that we spend and the money that we lose because of illegal immigration. Billions and billions of dollars a month. Billions and billions of dollars. And it's unnecessary.
So your own government stats are wrong, are you saying?
No, I use many stats.
Could you share those stats with us?
Let me tell you, you have stats that are far worse than the ones that I use. But I use many stats, but I also use Homeland Security. All right, next
and
question.
do you, wait a minute, just a quick follow-up, Mr.
Go, please.
Let us over to talk about these very important topics which are common to both countries. I'd like to thank the President for the warmth with which he has greeted us. And I have to stress the fact that our relationship between Ecuador and the USA is a relationship of fraternity that has been that dates back a very long time. We actually have taken the foundational principles of the U.S. as a basis for our own foundational principles to create the first Republic of Ecuador. We are going to be discussing issues that are common to both nations, such as democracy, liberty, freedom, respect to human rights, the fight against organized crime, the fight against drug trafficking, the fight against corruption. And we are going to also be speaking about the importance of this investment, trade, technology transfer, that are all common principles to us. We know that both our peoples want to be governed with justice and equality, and that is what both of us are striving for.
We want to thank you very much. This is a great honor to be with you. Okay, do you have any questions? Yeah.
On Roger Stone,
Yeah.
Wasn't your tweet political interference?
No, not at all. He was treated very badly. 9 years recommended by 4 people that perhaps they were Mueller people. I don't know who they were, prosecutors. And they, I don't know what happened. They all hit the road pretty quickly. Look, you had somebody just recently, you saw what happened. He got 2 months. He got sentenced to 2 months for leaking classified information at the highest level. They treated Roger Stone very badly. They treated everybody very badly. And if you look at the Mueller investigation, it was a scam because it was illegally set up. It was set up based on false documentation and false documents. You look at what happened, how many people were hurt, their lives were destroyed, and nothing happened with all the people that did it and launched a scam. Where's Comey? Where is Comey? What's happening to McCabe? What's happening to Lisa and Peter Strzok and Lisa Page? What's happening with them? It was a whole setup. It was a disgrace for our country, and everyone knows it too. Everyone, including NBC, which gives a lot of fake news. The fact is that Roger Stone was treated horribly, and so were many other people. Their lives were destroyed. And it turns out, you look at the FISA warrants and what just happened with FISA, where they found out it was fixed, that it was a dirty, rotten deal. So when you look at that and you see what happened to Roger Stone, but think of it, a man leaks classified information, highly classified. They give him 2 months. Roger Stone for doing, nobody even knows what he did. In fact, they said he intimidated somebody. That person said he had no idea he was going to jail for that. That person didn't want to press charges. They put him in for 9 years. It's a disgrace. And frankly, they ought to apologize to a lot of the people whose lives they've ruined. All right, next question. Next question, please. Go ahead. Yeah, please, Steve. Wait. What? I don't want to say that yet, but I tell you what, people were hurt viciously and badly by these corrupt people. And I want to thank, if you look at what happened, I want to thank the Justice Department for seeing this horrible thing. And I didn't speak to them, by the way, just so you understand. They saw the horribleness of a 9-year sentence for doing nothing. You have murderers and drug addicts, they don't get 9 years. 9 years for doing something that nobody even can define what he did. Somebody said he put out a tweet, and the tweet, you based it on that. We have killers, we have murderers all over the place, nothing happens, and then they put a man in jail and destroy his life, his family, his wife, his children. 9 years in jail, it's a disgrace. In the meantime, Comey walks around making book deals, the people that launched the scam investigation, and what they did is a disgrace. And hopefully it'll be treated fairly. Everything else will be treated fairly. Yeah, go ahead, please. Yes.
A un periodista de Ecuador. Los indicadores macroeconómicos de los Estados Unidos están excelentes. Los felicito, señor presidente.
Mr. President, I congratulate you for the macroeconomic indicators. They're excellent. But in Latin America, the growth expectations are going down, especially for the growth in Ecuador, which is at zero. How can we help Latin American economies? How can we help Ecuador, Mr. President? And congratulations.
Well, thank you. I love that question. I wish we had some people like that here. He's congratulating us on our great success as a country, and I want to congratulate you too, because what you've done in Ecuador and your president have done a fantastic job. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, you're concerned about the four prosecutors?
I'm not concerned about anything. Concerned about nothing. I'm not concerned about anything. They ought to go back to school and learn, because I'll tell you what, the way they treated people, nobody should be treated like that. Go ahead. And when was it? When was it?
17 years ago.
Wow.
George W. Bush in 2003. What changed now? What is your specific interest with Ecuador now? En Ecuador es la primera vez que se produce un viaje oficial en 17 años desde 2003. ¿Qué ha cambiado ahora? Thank you.
She did a good job. Go ahead. I think I understood it.
¿Que conteste yo? Encantado, señorita. Sí, Ecuador, después de una época bastante difícil en sus relaciones internacionales, ha decidido renovar, ha decidido refrescar su relación internacional y acercarse bastante más a quienes han sido permanentemente más afectos a nuestra forma de pensar y a nuestra forma de ser. No sé si lo he traducido inmediatamente.
Sí, mejor. Ecuador has, after having gone through very hard times, and especially in regards to its international relationships, has decided to come together again with the international community and bring refreshed relationships to those who are who have the same way of thinking as we do. We wanted to come closer to them.
Recordemos que Estados Unidos es el principal socio comercial de Ecuador, por una parte, y por otra parte también, vuelvo a recalcar, coincidimos en valores que nos son bastante comunes, como son la libertad, la democracia, la justicia, la solidaridad, la fraternidad y el respeto a los derechos.
Señor Presidente,
Some Republicans have expressed. Oh, sorry.
Señor Presidente,
The USA,
Don't
we
interrupt.
need to remember that the USA is the main trade partner for Ecuador. And this is not only in terms of trade, but because we share many common values, such as the love for liberty, democracy, justice, solidarity, fraternity, and the respect of human rights.
And I can tell you the thing that's changed from our standpoint, we're the number one economy in the world by far. We've never done better. We have the strongest markets we've ever had. The market is up very substantially today, 250 points when I last looked. And our country has never done better militarily. We've rebuilt our military. We've cut our taxes. We've cut regulations at a level that nobody's ever been able to cut them. And our country is doing great. And we've really reestablished a lot of relationships, but we have certainly reestablished it with Ecuador. Ecuador had a very unusual outlook on life, but with your great president, he realizes how important it is to get along with the United States. And I want to just congratulate him because our relationship is very good. He's made tremendous progress.
Mr. President, are you open to working on a trade deal with Ecuador?
Yeah, sure, we will. And they have incredible product. And they grow it, and they make it, and we like it. So we will, sure. And they need our product, too.
Is it going to be like the USMCA? That's your model for that?
Well, that's a great model. We just finished that, and it's a great model with Mexico and with Canada. USMCA has been very successful. Already the fruits are really taking place. You take a look at what's happening in terms of the kind of numbers we'll be doing with the USMCA. And this on a much smaller scale would be interesting. We are looking at that kind of a model, yes.
And on Venezuela, are you going to talk about that? And are you worried about the assault on Juan Guaidó yesterday when he arrived?
Yeah, we'll be looking at and talking about Venezuela. And it's always close to our heart. We have millions of people from Venezuela living in the United States very successfully. They love our country and they love Venezuela. We'll take care of the Venezuelan people.
Sir, some Republicans said they hope to run the last impeachment.
You weren't chosen. Steve, go ahead. Oh, excuse me, 1 second. We'll do this gentleman and you. Go ahead, Steve.